Hi everyone, welcome back to Goms Tech Talks. We are in episode 2. So, in the previous episode, we have created a table called a reward level table for the extension. We in this complete series we are discussing about creating an extension in Business Central. Okay, so please watch it till the end so that I'll be discussing everything in detail so that you can easily understand how to create an extension in Business Central. So this is the table which we have created in the previous video. Okay, where you can see this is a reward level. We have two fields here, that is level and minimum reward points. So here you can see that we have a metadata section. So this is metadata, means something about the data, something about the table. Okay, metadata means data about the data. Okay, data about the data. So about the table, here we have discussed something about the table, that is data classification, table type and data thing. So this here we have assigned the table id to 50106. Okay, and we have also given the caption as a reward level. Okay, and the table type is normal. So we will discuss about what are the various types of table in a different video, so don't worry about it. Okay, so though you're not setting table type as normal, which will be considered as a normal, but I just wanted to show you this. Okay, and the caption property is set to string, that is to display the object control or other elements in the user interface for the current language. So that is why I have set this. Okay, and talking about the field section, so I'm just giving you a recap of the previous table which we have created. So this is the recap of this is the field section. We have created two fields. One is a level and the second one is the minimum reward points. So here the level is having the text data type as text, and it holds 25 characters, and minimum reward points is an integer data type. And here you can see that in for minimum reward points, and this is the metadata about that is metadata about the field. This is the field metadata. Okay, and here you can see that in minimum reward points we have on validate trigger. So this is a validation trigger. This trigger is run after the default validation behavior when data is entered in a field, when we are trying to enter a data in the field. So during the default validation behavior, the system checks that the data type of an entered value matches the one that is defined for the field. Okay, it will check for the data type first. Okay, that is what the default trigger. It also checks that the type compiles with the property constraints that are set up in such field before the validation occurs. So an error message will be displayed if an error occurs in the trigger code. Okay, and this is about the field. This is the minimum reward points which we have created with a simple validation. And about the set range, you can see my playlist. Okay, so once if you type Goms Tech Talks, you can see the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central complete playlist where I have uploaded nearly 122 videos, and I'll be uploading every Saturday on Business Central Technical Consultant. So here you can see you have all the videos which are lined up, so please go and watch it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, so please subscribe to the channel, and if you want to join as a member, so click here to join as a member, where you'll be getting an exclusive perks offerings, like you'll be receiving monthly books PDF in a PDF format. You'll be receiving interview questions in a document. You can discuss with me, you can send a mail to me if you have any queries. So all these things you can do it only if you connect with me, you join as a community member. So yes, let us come back to the recap section. That is the third one is the key. Okay, we have created the key. This is the key section where the we have created the primary key. Okay, so the primary key is the level. Okay, and also I have set the minimum reward points. Okay, so the first key in this list always is the primary key. So whatever the field you are telling that as a first key, which will be considered as a primary key. So primary key determines the logical order in which the record are stored, regardless of their physical placement. So logically, records are stored sequentially in ascending order and are sorted by the primary key. So before adding a new record to a table, SQL Server checks if the information in the record's primary key field is unique. and only then we'll insert the record into the correct logical position. So records are sorted dynamically, so the database is always structurally correct. Okay, and this approach allows for the fast data manipulation and retrieval. And finally, to talk about the trigger section. Okay, so we have created on insert and on modify section. So this is these two triggers we have added, and it will validate. Okay, it will validate the minimum reward points, and it will call the functions in the validate. Okay, and also it will validate the minimum reward points, and both are minimum reward points. So on validate and on modify. Okay, and now we are going to create the second table here, which is an activation code information table. So let us create how to create it. So just right click, I have created a folder here, and I'm just going to maintain all these under this folder. So right click here and click new file, and you can make it as activation code information table.al. And since this is also a table, so you have to name it as table, so for us to easily understand. Okay, and in this table we are going to create three fields, that is activation code, date activated, and expiration date. So let us start by typing t table, and we'll be giving the id as 50107. 50107, and let us see whether this id is available. Yes, it is available, so I'm just going to make it as activation code info table. Okay, info. And this is the metadata, that is the metadata table metadata. Okay, and I'm going to give the caption as activation code info. And if you want to add more things, okay, so if you wanted to go with the date, that is if you want to give the description, if you wanted to add anything else here, you can add it, like as we did table type. If you wanted to add, we can add it, or else simply just go ahead with the fields. So the first field which I'm going to create is what, activation code. Okay, and let it be a text of type 20. And here you can see that you can create a caption here. Caption, I'm just going to make it as an activation code. And a description, I can write it like so activation code, this is used, why it is used, okay, to activate customer rewards. Okay, so this is the field one, and I'm going to create a second field. So if you want to create a second field, just type t field, so where it will create a field for you. T field, it will create a second field for you. Just give a number, that is an id for the second field, and you can make us date activated. Okay, and what is the thing, so this date activated should be the date type. Okay, so date type we have given, the date classification is there, and you can do the caption as this, and description as date activated, date when the activation code was activated. Okay, and the field, the third field, I'm just going to make it, so just type t field and give the id for the field 3, and let us type here expiration date. Okay, and even this is also a date, so I'm just going to make this as a date data type. So you can create the class date classification, caption, expiration date, and description. It's the expiration date. Okay, customer date of the customer rewards activation code expires. Okay, and the key, so what is the key, I'm just going to create it here, is what I'm just going to create a activation code as the key. So you can name it anything. Okay, even you can leave it as pk, that's it. Or else you can even keep it as key 1. So anything, whatever the key which you are just writing, which field you are giving as the first one, which will be considered as the primary key. And we are not going to use any variable or trigger or something, so I'm just deleting it here. So yes, that's it, we have created the activation code for the info. So in this activation code, this is the table id, and this is the table object metadata about the table metadata. Okay, and this is the field metadata, and this is the activation, this is the field id, and this is the field name, and this is the data type. Okay, likewise it goes on, and we have created only a simple primary key, that's it. So, in the next episode, we'll be creating the customer rewards management setup table, where we'll be creating a few more fields, and we'll be creating the list page. Okay, in the next video. I hope you find this video useful. Thank you. Take care and bye bye. If you have any queries, please leave that in the comment.